I have decided that I'm not going to be multi-streaming on Kick anymore. I made $1,500 off of it, or $1,700. If I'm being completely upfront and honest, it's just, the money's not worth co-stream on 2 platforms.
Like the anti-kick bot is like really advanced. People that bot like crazy, their is like capped at a certain amount until it's resolved. Like it's actually insane.
Why would you stop multi-streaming? It doesn't make sense. But I know what the answer to that is. His reason for saying he wasn't getting paid enough, I don't buy it. I think it's because his viewers were talking down on Kick and he didn't want to deal with it.
Whoa, what's going on? Good evening everyone, I'm back today to talk about FaZe Lacy dropping out of Kick for not making enough money. Now, I feel like a dumbass, right? Because I think 2 days ago, I made a video being like, oh my god, Lacy is making so much money by being on Kick. That's insane. But now, I look real dumb because he dropped out of it for not making enough money. So, I look embarrassing. But like if that was the main topic, that would be boring. Who gives a shit? However, the reason he gave for dropping out was very bizarre and made no sense. Like at worst, at best it sounded confusing, but at worst, it was a very prideful, very egotistical. So I saw the video, of him saying like how, yeah, it wasn't good enough money and it was too stressful, apparently.
I have decided that I'm not going to be multi-streaming on Kick anymore. I told you guys it was an experiment that I wanted to test out to see if it was worth it, if I liked it. And to be honest, it felt like I was separated from 2 chats.
Now I think this part, like the first red flag was him saying it was an experiment. I don't believe that, I'm sorry. Like in his first stream that I watched, or the clip, sorry, he seemed very adamant about multi-streaming on Kick, 100%. But now he's like walking it back and saying that was an experiment and that was it. I don't believe that.
That's number 1. And number 2, being completely honest and upfront with you guys, the money is not good enough. It was not good enough. It's simple as that. I streamed for 9 hours yesterday and I made $1,500 off of it, or $1,700.
This is about where he sounds really bad and egotistical, being like, oh my god, the money is not good enough.
$100. So if I'm being completely upfront and honest, it's just, the money's not worth having to, co-stream on 2 platforms.
The money's not. So how much money does he make? Nearly 2K from a 9-hour stream. Okay, so I'm not like a technician, but I feel like all you have to do is, just like get a new account on Kick and set up the connection. That's it. It's that simple for 2K, but he's angry that's not enough. And bear in mind, it was his first time, his first stream.
But listen, it's all love to Kick. I have nothing against Kick. I do like Kick, obviously, but it's not really worth it at the time. I feel like if my name's gonna be attached to a.
Also, keep an eye on the chat on the top right. Yeah, because people are saying W Twitch, and they're showing like clearly he didn't like they don't like him going on Kick before,
streaming platform,
and now they're being victorious over it.
I respectfully, no ego shit, need to be making more than. I have.
Yes, he said, overall again, as a big streamer like him, he should be making more money. I'm not sure about that. However, I promise you, you will make way more money if you stick around for longer and get a bigger fan base. Because again, bear in mind, if it's your first stream, your viewership might be low because it's your first time. It makes no sense. So this clip by itself, doesn't really make a lot of sense, to be honest. However, some people, like as you see, had a wild theory about it, on how he dropped out because he saw, it makes no sense. He saw that Kick picked up on his view botting and they paid him much less for it. I'll let him explain, real quick, but then after that, I'll be like, I'll explain why I don't believe that.
Like the anti-kick bot shit is like really advanced, and I'm telling you, when people bot, they know, and they don't.
So he's saying, the anti-bot system on Kick is so advanced, they could detect him, botting his views, botting his streams, and that's how. Okay.
Pay out bottom outs, so that doesn't help either. They calculate internally, and they don't bot. I spoke with Eddie about this at length. He showed me everything. I'm telling you, people that bot like crazy, their shit is like capped at a certain amount until it's resolved. Like it's actually insane.
Need to be making more than.
Just get more viewers.
Also, I think Asmon Gold, I don't like him, but like, even he had a good take about this, you know, just get more viewers, that'd be enough.
It's easy. Yeah, just get more viewers. Like, they pay you based off of viewers, right? And so, like, if you're making 1,700, you're not getting a lot of viewers. And so, like, just get more.
Also, he said he ran the experiment, chat, but I gotta be honest with you, chat. Guys, if he did this every day, like the...
I have no idea what he said that last part. Fucking whatever. Okay, so I don't believe it for two reasons. Number one, I've seen no evidence that Lacy does viewboy streams. I'm not glazing him, but he seems, you know, like an actual big streamer with an actual fan base behind it. So I mean, he streams with like, you know, Sebo Ronaldo and clicks. He's clearly big. And then, you know, I mean, there might be evidence out there, but me personally, I haven't seen it. And second of all, I don't see how Kick would have a more advanced system than Twitch. I mean, Kick might be good, but like if they have technology like that, I feel like Twitch would have it as well, you know, because they're much bigger and they have, you know, much better manpower, in my opinion. That's it. But after that, right, I think one person that, you know, got the theory right about why he dropped out was Ice Poseidon, because he was like, you know, oh, I think in reality he was worried about the sentiment and how people giving him shit for that. And the more you think about it, it does make sense, I'll be honest.
The anti-Kick bot...
Oh, fuck, no, not this one, you idiot.
Not that many viewers on Kick. Like, bro, you made 1,700. Why would you stop multi-streaming? It doesn't make sense. But I know what the answer to that is. These guys are young, and they're new to the game. So they're very scared of, like, what the viewers think. Like, they care a lot about validation, and if the viewers are like, oh, you know, fuck Kick, then they're going to be like, oh, no, I got to talk down on Kick before the fucking viewers hate me. You know what I mean?
That's true. Again, like, you know, that is true, because like if you go back real quick, again, people in the chat would be like, you know, oh, W Lacy, L Kick, fuck Kick, we hate Kick, all that stuff. So it does make sense. I think he's getting flack before, but like, you know, he's trying to like toughen up. But now he completely withdrew from that.
I mean, but it's dumb because it's free money. It's really, like, his reason for saying he wasn't getting paid enough, I don't buy it. I think it's because his viewers were talking down on Kick and he didn't want to deal with it. But I think that's a regretful decision because streaming doesn't last forever, but money you can make last forever. So he should try to make as much money as fucking possible while he's a streamer. You know, I mean, I made the mistake of turning down some sponsors and shit.
That's wild. Again, you know, so like the reasons he gave before that, or Lacy himself, didn't make a lot of sense. But now with Ice's theory, it does make sense. I think, you know, there's like a good cause and a good backup behind it. The cause being, like, you know, deep down, he's worried about people, you know, giving him shit for streaming on Kick. And the backup, you know, behind his worrying was the lack of money he made. So deep down he's like, oh my god, I hate this flag I'm getting for streaming on Kick. And then, you know, on camera, like on stream, he's being like, oh guys, you know, I dropped out because I'm not making enough money. That's why. So, you know, overall, like, you know, after like seeing all these clips and thinking more about it, I think it's, you know, a tiny bit pathetic. Like, you know, I feel like to let like your own viewers dictate your career and how much money you make, that's somewhat pathetic. Like, you know, like maybe take the hate for like a week or a few days, and then, you know, fully multi-stream on Twitch and Kick and make way more money that way. If you're not worried about, you know, people like giving you shit for being on Kick, that's dumb. That's pathetic. You know, why would you be? Because I feel like most of the viewers, Lacy's, are very young kids, and for whatever reason, they fucking hate Kick massively. I don't know why. But again, bear in mind, if you're making nearly 2K from your first stream, you stick to multi-streaming. That's good money. But more importantly, it's free. Just set up your connection with your Kick account, and that's it. That's really good money for just, you know, barely any extra effort. That's insanely good. I'm sorry. But again, you know, I guess from his point of view, the hate is so bad that, you know, it actually hurts his career and fan base to stream on Kick. That's so moronic overall, yeah. Again, you know, if I were him, you know, I would stream for like a week there and just take all the hate. You know, the minimal hate he might be getting, because the money there is fucking insanely good. It's that easy. So overall, if I'm wrong about my theory that he's worried about the backlash from this, then, you know, I'm willing to hear like his a new reason, because the one from this clip made no sense. But if I am right, you know, that he's worried about the backlash and the hate, then I'm sorry, that's very spineless in my opinion. I mean, me personally, I love Lacy a lot, but in this clip, in this announcement, he looked spineless. I'm sorry.
¿Te gusta ver vídeos divertidos de Azul?